Tragedy after a football player is paralyzed during his first high school football game. But now the community is coming together to support a young man and his family as they work toward healing. Catherine Huntley joining us live now with the story. Catherine.
Nicole, family friends say that Mason White couldn't wait to take the field for his very first high school football game as a freshman. However, he was rushed to the emergency room after a freak injury during the football game, and now the entire community's prayers are with him as he begins a long road to recovery.
He is vibrant and always has a smile on his face, and he is the sportsman. He loves anything to do with sports.
A community thinking of a young man and talented athlete who remains in the ICU after an in-game injury on Friday. Freshman Mason White was in his very first high school football game when tragedy struck, leaving him paralyzed after breaking a vertebrae in his neck.
This is where his heart is. It's on the field. It's on. He's a great baseball player too. So like any sport that he does, that is what brings him joy.
An update from Mason's mom on GoFundMe says his recent surgery went well. He has some movement in his right arm, but not in his hand. He can shrug his shoulders, however, at this point has no movement in his legs. Mainly, his family is grateful that he survived. She said in part, "Our lives may look different. His life may look different, but he is still our Mason. We love him so much and are prepared to do everything he needs us to do and be everything he needs us to be." The Booster Club is working to help raise money, and nearly $30,000 has been raised on GoFundMe so far. This Friday night will be a whiteout at the football game at Coshocton, and a portion of the proceeds from the Booster Club's annual car raffle will go to Mason's family as well. For now, the community is keeping Mason and his family in their thoughts.
So at this point, we are hoping for a miracle. There's always hope. And so that's what we're praying for.
The outpouring of support is only growing. The GoFundMe is growing seemingly by the minute. The Booster Club tells me soon white shirts with Mason's number will be available to purchase ahead of that whiteout game at Coshocton on Friday. And here at the school, the superintendent has released a message saying that that counseling will be available for anybody who needs it. But right now, the Booster Club says they're just trying to do whatever they can to meet the family's needs so Mason and his family can just focus on recovering. For now, live in Tuscarawas County, Catherine Huntley, 19 News.